Amsterdam, a city renowned for its canals, its art, its tolerance. But on a cold November night, this peace was shattered. Hundreds of rioters descended upon the streets. Their target? Israeli soccer fans. The violence was brutal, unprovoked. Fans were beaten, chased, thrown into icy canals. It was hate, pure and simple. The world watched in horror. The sense of safety was gone, a symptom of a larger disease. The fight against hate demands our attention. The most horrifying aspect of the Amsterdam riots: they were entirely preventable. Warnings had been issued, red flags raised. Israel's Minister of Diaspora Affairs himself had contacted Dutch authorities. He expressed concern, highlighting the potential for violence. These warnings went unheeded. Security, shockingly lax. The result? A night of terror that left many injured, traumatized, and questioning their place in a world seemingly consumed by hate. The failure to act, to take the threat seriously, is a stain on the conscience of Amsterdam. Adding fuel to the fire were whispers of a cover-up. Reports emerged of Mossad agents present in Amsterdam. Their mission? To provide additional security for the Israeli fans. Conspiracy theories ran rampant. Some even suggested the attack was staged, a fabrication. These claims, utterly baseless, only serve to distract from the horrifying truth. Anti-Semitism is real. It is dangerous, and it thrives in an environment where accountability is absent. In the aftermath of the riots, a new horror emerged. The media, tasked with reporting the truth, often distorted it. Some outlets, instead of condemning the blatant anti-Semitism, sought to downplay it. The riots were painted as a simple brawl between soccer rivals. Israeli fans were accused of provoking the violence. Claims were made about torn Palestinian flags, of anti-Arab chants. While any form of violence is unacceptable, to draw a false equivalence is dangerous. It minimizes the very real threat of anti-Semitism. This biased reporting is more than just irresponsible. It's dangerous. It creates a climate of impunity for perpetrators. It normalizes hate, allowing it to fester and grow. The Amsterdam riots were not a misunderstanding. They were not a case of both sides being at fault. They were a deliberate act of hate, fueled by anti-Semitism. And until the media and society at large acknowledge this, the cycle of violence will continue. The Amsterdam riots are not an isolated incident. They are a chilling reminder of a terrifying trend, the globalization of the Intifada. What was once a localized conflict has metastasized, spreading its tendrils of hate across the globe. Globalize the Intifada. This chilling phrase, once confined to extremist circles, is now a rallying cry for those who seek to export the Israeli-Palestinian conflict to the streets of Europe, America, and beyond. Anti-Semitic tropes and imagery, once taboo, are now commonplace at anti-Israel protests. Jewish communities and institutions are targeted, synagogues vandalized, individuals harassed. Online, the vitriol is even more intense. Social media has become a breeding ground for hate speech, where anti-Semitic conspiracy theories flourish. The Amsterdam riots are a stark warning. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is not contained to the Middle East. It is a global powder keg, and its fuse is burning dangerously close to home. Section 5. America's warning echoes of hate on home soil. Across the Atlantic, the United States watches with unease. The Amsterdam riots are not just a European problem. They are a stark warning of a threat that hits close to home. America, too, has seen a rise in anti-Semitic incidents. The same hateful rhetoric echoes on American streets and online forums. The aftermath of the October 7th attacks in Israel saw a surge in anti-Semitism across the U.S. Harassment, vandalism, assaults. The incidents are varied and terrifying. Pro-Palestinian activists have disrupted events featuring Israelis. Intimidation tactics and hate speech are their weapons of choice. Take the case of comedian Michael Rappaport. His Chicago event was targeted by activists who plastered the city with flyers. The message? Racists and Zionists are not welcome in our cities. This chilling incident, and countless others like it, serve as a stark reminder. Anti-Semitism is not a distant threat. It is a clear and present danger, and it demands our attention. Section 6. The digital battleground, online platforms, and the spread of anti-Semitism. The 21st century has brought about unprecedented technological advancements, but it has also given rise to a new battleground in the fight against hate, the internet. Online platforms, once hailed as tools for connection and communication, have become breeding grounds for anti-Semitism. Social media in particular has played a dangerous role. The anonymity it offers has emboldened extremists. Hate speech, once confined to the fringes, now proliferates on mainstream platforms. Algorithms designed to keep users engaged often end up amplifying this toxic content, creating echo chambers where anti-Semitic conspiracy theories thrive. The speed at which information spreads online is staggering. A single tweet, a shared video, can reach millions in seconds. This makes it incredibly difficult to counter the spread of misinformation and hate speech. The responsibility for this cannot be placed solely on the shoulders of social media companies. However, they have a moral obligation to combat the spread of hate on their platforms. Stricter content moderation policies, algorithm adjustments that prioritize truth and accuracy, and partnerships with organizations combating anti-Semitism are all crucial steps in the right direction. Section 7, From Silence to Action, Combating Anti-Semitism Through Education and Awareness. Silence, in the face of hatred, is complicity. To combat anti-Semitism, we need more than just words, we need action. And it starts with education. We must teach future generations about the horrors of the Holocaust, not as a distant historical event, but as a stark reminder of where hate can lead. We must equip them with the tools to recognize and challenge anti-Semitism in all its forms. But education goes beyond the classroom. It's about fostering dialogue, creating spaces for open and honest conversations about Israel, Palestine, and the complexities of the conflict. It's about challenging stereotypes and misconceptions. And it's about amplifying the voices of those who have been silenced for too long. We need to empower individuals to speak out against anti-Semitism, to call out hate speech when they see it. We need to create a culture where tolerance is the norm, and where bigotry is met with swift and decisive condemnation. Section 8. Building bridges, not walls, fostering tolerance and understanding. Combating anti-Semitism isn't just about fighting hate. It's about building something better in its place. It's about fostering tolerance, understanding, and empathy. This starts with recognizing our shared humanity. We may come from different backgrounds, hold different beliefs, but at our core, we all share the same hopes, dreams, and fears. We need to create opportunities for people of different faiths, cultures, and backgrounds to come together, to interact, to learn from each other, and to build relationships based on mutual respect. Interfaith dialogues, cultural exchange programs, and community initiatives that bring people together are all essential tools in the fight against intolerance. Section 9. The Power of Unity, a collective stand against hate. The fight against anti-Semitism is not a Jewish issue. It is a human issue, and it requires a collective response. We need to stand united, shoulder to shoulder, with our Jewish brothers and sisters. We need to amplify their voices, support their communities, and challenge those who seek to divide us. Political leaders have a crucial role to play. They must condemn anti-Semitism unequivocally, without reservation or qualification. They must enact policies that protect Jewish communities and institutions. And they must lead by example, promoting tolerance and understanding in their words and actions. But it's not just up to leaders. Every single one of us has a responsibility to speak out against hate, to challenge prejudice, to promote understanding, and to build a world where everyone feels safe and respected. Section 10. A call to action, our shared responsibility. The Amsterdam riots were a wake-up call, a chilling reminder that the forces of hate are alive and well. But they were also a call to action. We cannot afford to be bystanders. Silence is not an option. We must stand up and be counted. We must choose hope over hate, tolerance over division, and love over fear. The fight against anti-Semitism is a fight for the soul of humanity. It is a fight we cannot afford to lose. Let us meet this challenge with courage, conviction, and an unwavering belief in the power of unity to overcome even the darkest of times. Let our voices rise in unison, proclaiming that hate has no place in our world. This is our shared responsibility. Let us embrace it together. Like and subscribe and click below to see more information on this topic.